Alright, we are down in the garage area. There's a little short storage area kind of between the back door and the front door where there's a nice 4-inch clean out we'll use to take a look at our complex sewer. And that right there is cast iron, and it could be cast iron all the way out to that middle. Cast iron tends to be what they'll put under load bearing, and in this case I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have cast iron all the way out, but we'll see. I can see a change coming up ahead, so there is some clay tile. That's clay tile pipe right there. Now, things to look at in this, in case you ever for some reason do have to clean it because someone put something in there shouldn't be, just because the sewer's right doesn't mean it won't back up. This offset right here, that's the kind of thing that if you get a shyster in here, that's the kind of thing they'll go, oh no, look at this, this thing is horrible, it's collapsing on you. No, it's not.
Oh.
It's turning a corner, and a lot of times when they turn corners, they'll turn it more than the fitting called for, and when they do that, it butts up sooner on one side than the other, and it exposes the interior of the fitting more than you normally see. All we care about is that there's nothing obstructing the flow through that turn. My camera goes through there just fine. This stuff dangling there, that is probably cobwebs with stuff mixed in with it, a little bit of debris. And what you'll have when a house like this stays vacant for a while is the normal stuff that's coating the pipe dries out and starts flaking, and it sort of looks weird and ugly. Most of this white you're seeing through here is actually long-term soap buildup, because the water flows through here so fast and so well that the soap suds just swirl in place. That flat edge is also that kind of offset, but they're tilting it down, and so don't let anyone ever tell you that's a bad thing.
Okay.
And that right there is tying us into the complex sewer going down the middle.
Perfect.
So that would be theirs. Your sewer's all of 24 feet long.
Oh.
Now, just so we can talk about things that occur in clay tile as well. See that little line right there that comes up that way? That's a crack. Doesn't really impress me much though.
Okay.
When I look at cracks, all clay tile sewers have their flaws. Even ones built in the later ages in the 70s, stress will crack them. When I see a crack, I want to see, has it moved around the crack? So is it unstable? Are there roots growing through the crack? Unstable? Is there much water loss because of the crack? One thing you have to remember about clay tile is if anyone ever tells you it's leaking water, well, surprise, they all do.
Right.
Every single one does.
Yeah.
That's why they get roots when there's a tree around. They all leak a little over time. It's not like modern plastics with the glues and stuff. So, and this is a very sharp little drop. It's not going to affect anything going in there, and water's not going to linger on top of that. So that's another one of those things that it's a minor flaw. Don't let anyone ever try to convince you it's not.
Okay.
It is absolutely minor. Very unlikely to see much change there over the next 20 years.
Perfect.
So it's all of 24 feet long as far as you need to worry about it.
Okay.
Everything else is an HOA thing. It sometimes is worth finding out if the HOA has any kind of maintenance they've been doing to theirs, because at some point this sewer has to get to a city one, and it's going to get exposed to some trees.
Right. And since 2008, nothing has happened. So, like I
Well,
said, I read all their minutes, but
they probably haven't had any problems yet. The good news is for you, you're not at that end.
oh, okay.
Because the people on that end are the people that will feel the pain the worst. The further away you get, the shallower their sewer is, because it has to run downhill. And where down here we could have a line that's holding 3 feet of water, but their pipe's only 18 inches deep, and so they're flooding.
Yeah.
Whereas you don't even know there's a problem. Things might be acting a little weird, but there's no problem.
Oh, good. Okay.
So,
Good.
it's fine.
Good.
It's nothing, it's got all minor flaws I expect to see, but nothing that would get me excited enough to be calling out a plumber to dig up the back of this.
Perfect.
Not even close.
That's what we want to hear.
And there's nothing to even clean right now. I do believe in old sewers like this, you want to watch the amount of paper towels, wipes, those things. Don't put those in the sewer.
Right.
And then the other things are always like the feminine hygiene products. Those things are brutal on older sewers because they can just get hung up on rough texture,
Oh, okay.
and then they sit there and expand, and they'll want to catch another one. So if all those things can be avoided, the sewer probably will never be something you even have to pay attention to.
Good.